And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is worse than they are telling you. Yes, the left will make you believe, or try to make you believe, that the illegals coming into this country are pillars to society. They have just been wronged. They've had a hard start to life and are culturally aligned and just want to work within the British economy. Some celebrities even coming on TV shows like BBC Question Time and saying that they are doctors, engineers, scientists, and all of the other rhetoric that we hear constantly. Now, something that's frightening is the Green Party at this moment in time. They're currently rising a little bit in popularity, not as much as Reform, mind you. However, 18% of the country, if a general election was called tomorrow, would vote for the Green Party. And what Zalek Zelensky believes in is no borders at all. It's a free-for-all, and any of these individuals can just walk the streets. However, we got some shocking footage from where they're staying. Whistleblowers came out and blown the lid really on how they treat where they're staying at this moment in time, and this is an RAF barracks, and what they get up to. But the government don't tell you this. The truth is truly terrifying, and quite frankly, it is absolutely shocking. As always, guys, we are going to be watching and reacting to this footage, but first, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. So yes, let's have a little watch of this first.
The government doesn't want you to know this. The refugee charities certainly don't want you to know this. But tonight I will show you what's really going on inside the Asylum Seeker Centre at RAF Wethersfield. Illegal migrants allegedly went berserk and smashed up the office of the site manager, causing thousands of pounds worth of damage. And we're going to play you some still images of it to start with. This is smashed doors that you can see here. There's some smashed windows. Well, this is inside the office, it appears, and, you know, computers appear to be thrown on the floor as well, as you could see before. The window at the back appears to be smashed. There's glass everywhere. There's, you know, things have just been ransacked, really, hasn't it? Computers thrown on the floor, all of that kind of stuff. Now, a whistleblower told GB News that the illegal migrants regularly fight each other as well, and that they are allowed to come and go as they please. In fact, they get free buses into local towns and cities. But when they come back, they are apparently often found with stolen goods. And we were told in one of their rooms, we found blood everywhere, thousands of pounds worth of stolen stuff. The service user, now that's what they call them. They don't call them asylum seekers, they call them service users. The service user was carrying weapons and a piece of sharp broken glass inside his pocket and an unknown lady's driving licence, as well as much more. They also provided us with this video, which they claim shows someone from the Wethersfield asylum base allegedly trying to break into a house. They also showed us what appeared to be emails between some of the managers of the site, and they are recording that police had to attend due to an incident of alleged sexual harassment. The police attended, they arrested the asylum seeker and took him away. That's all according to that email there. And they also provided us with a list of names, which we're blurring for obvious reasons, but they claim that this list of names is a record of the asylum seekers that have gone missing from the site, and that is a full sheet of A4. Right, so that is a full sheet of A4 with people that they say have just absconded. Now, through the blurring, you might be able to see a little bit of yellow. And what we were told was that those are people who are apparently supposed to be isolating because they've tested positive for things like tuberculosis, scabies, or another illness. And of course, as we've said, they're not called illegal immigrants, they're called service users. But the source also told us about serious issues on the site involving alcohol and, like I said, violence amongst themselves. So look, we've got a lot going on here, haven't we? Alleged substance abuse, alleged sexual harassment, theft, violence, criminal damage, and people going on the run, all at one asylum site. Now, if that's happening there, what do you think is happening at every hotel, or crucially, in those houses of multiple occupancy now, that some of those people will most likely now be in, right across the country?
Now, the thing is, we already know that this stuff currently goes on. We know that they're not culturally aligned to our way of life. And in fact, as stated, the left and celebrity comedians try and come out and style people on BBC and say this.
right to work.
As a country, we're missing a trick as well. If we have all of these people who are coming over seeking asylum, many of them coming from countries where there have been doctors, nurses, engineers, scientists, and we're sticking them away and not allowing them to integrate in any way, shape or form, you know, checks considered, that we are missing a trick on all of that talent that is also coming here. And it's clearly this topic is such a hot button, a political hot button, but in all of that rhetoric, the human side of it gets lost. And there are so many human beings just trying to better themselves and better their lives. And of course, there are people coming here illegally who do not have a right to asylum, and they should be sent back. But the people that do have a right, and you know, who are predominantly from Afghanistan, a country where we use so many interpreters, they helped us during the combating the Taliban. We should be utilising their skills and integrating. And the problem that we've got to now is that we've got to them and us, and that is why there is the divide and the flag waving that you see. There's the them and us. And unfortunately, we stick them in places where people are already struggling and are impoverished, or there's deprivation. And then that fuels the rhetoric of, you know, look at them, they're in hotels, they're getting everything paid for, blah, 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 blah. Of course, then this madness and this hatred that comes out of that. It's not been cleverly managed. It's not been done properly.
All right, Ella, I'm going to come to you. I'm just going to...
So yeah, that was just a couple of days ago, and that's the rhetoric that we're hearing from the left at this moment in time. But we're seeing real-life examples from whistleblowers from just one establishment, an RAF base, and the way that they're treating the place that they're staying. Firstly, shocking, have no right to just go around smashing bits and pieces up. I can't quite get my head around that. You know, you're giving them a place to stay. It's better than the shit pit that they're staying in, hence why they're there. But they're taking liberties even further and trying to smash the place up, some even complaining, and others going on the run, probably going into the sort of black market, so to speak, in terms of the underground and working illegally inside the United Kingdom because there's a better option for them. These people are undocumented and just cutting about. I can't believe, still to this day, and I stand by it, and you're probably going to go, Dan, I hear you say this all the time, because I'm so flabbergasted with it. But the fact that they are illegal migrants, they are staying in an RAF base, which is almost like a small village, that's what I would describe a military base as, and they're still allowed to roam the streets. Anyone, I dare you to just go over to Thailand illegally, or, you know, America or Brazil or any other country in this world, go there illegally, you will be in a orange jumpsuit, sat in a detention center, waiting for your deportation. There is none of this walking around the streets and taking buses into the local community, but you're seeing they're taking even more liberties and robbing people, thieving, going around and doing stuff that they find normal within their own source of society. They really do see the United Kingdom as a soft touch. And as he said, this is just from one establishment. He also said allegedly there's individuals that were highlighted in yellow have apparently got tuberculosis and whatnot. And they're just roaming about. This is the problem. This is the huge problem with illegal migration and not being able to curb and stop these boats. But still under Shabana Mahmood's new sort of reforms, this is still kind of going to continue. They're still going to be going into these bases and assessed and just allowed to roam willy-nilly. Whoever rubber-stamped that where they went, some guy come into a country illegally. Now they can go into the local community and get a bus ride and come and go as they please. Who decided this? Who made this up? It really frustrates me, but I need to stop stressing out and getting angry over it because nothing changes. And it's just the way that things go. But when you see it from a common sense perspective, you really do question how the hell this is even happening inside the United Kingdom. Guys, do let me know your thoughts on this down there in the comments. And make sure you hit like and subscribe for more.